Hello, this is AstrologerCoach Sonja Francis, and today we're going to be talking about the upcoming new moon, which will be on July 18th at 9:25 p.m. Pacific time, which is the West Coast time in the US, and on July 19th, 12:25 a.m., very nice and early in the morning on the East Coast in the US. So the new moon is all about the moon and the sun align in the same sign, which will be this time around in 27 degrees of Cancer. And through this alignment, there's a new beginning, of some sort where new information comes in so that we start a new phase with the new moon cycle. And with the new moon being in Cancer, this is all about our feelings. It's about our inner world. It's about our motivations. It's about our needs. It's about our intuition. So the thing with this new moon in particular is that there's something about this new moon that's kind of special, which is that there was a full moon that was in Capricorn and Cancer before this new moon, which was 2 weeks earlier. And so there's sort of like a reverse cycle going on right now. Normally, the full moon happens in the same sign, happens after the new moon to create a balance from what was started with the new moon earlier. But this time around, there was a full moon first that created sort of an awareness of some kind of what needs to happen in terms of balance in our lives, and something that came into fruition or something that came into our awareness already 2 weeks ago. And now with this new moon, we're getting to actually see, where do we need to bring our focus towards? Where do we need to bring our focus back to? And where does this new beginning actually need to happen? So, with the new moon in Cancer, we really need to pay attention to our feelings, and we really need to connect to what it is that is going on with our inner world. And this is particularly important with this new moon because we're also having this very energetic T square in the sky at the same time as the new moon becomes exact. And this T square is connected to Mars, Uranus, and Pluto. Now, we already talked a little bit about the Pluto-Uranus squares in the skies in previous videos. And now now that the Mars energy is joining this Pluto-Uranus square, this is sort of like creating a little bit of an acceleration and some kind of a push towards change and towards bringing more of an awareness and more of a push towards this Uranus Pluto square that was already there before. So we're really feeling this drive towards our personal freedom more strongly. We're also feeling an urge to make changes in our lives and to bringing reforms into our lives. And we're also we're kind of feeling this urge to really to get going, to make something happen, to really not sit still anymore, and so there's kind of like a need for a change, for stepping up, for kind of like there's a tension and there's a resolution that needs to happen because of that tension. So how do we deal with this energy? It's very there's a lot of energy there, and it's kind of like causing us to probably stretch, and therefore there's a little bit of a stress there, right? So what are we going to do with all of that? And so this new moon phase is really asking us to kind of through in order to feel a way through this stressful time and feel our way through this need for change and need for expansion of some kind, to really take care of ourselves really well. So this moon in Cancer is saying to us, take care of your body, take care of your feelings, take care of yourself. Really make sure that you're, eating healthy, that you're drinking plenty of water, that you're exercising, that you're resting as much as possible. and that you're really connecting to yourself in a beautiful way, that you're connecting to the things that feel familiar, that bring you a certain amount of peace and a sense of safety. So, connecting to our families, connecting to our home, this is all part of the Cancer energy. And it's also asking us, with Saturn being in the play as well. Saturn is connected to this new moon as well. It's asking us to stretch ourselves and take responsibility for what we're feeling and what we're putting out. So it's really asking us to, check in with our thought processes, to check in with, what we're saying to people, the action that we're taking, and to see how can we be responsible, self-responsible, for what's coming out. And of course, we also need to know, in order to be self-responsible, we need to be aware and know what is going on inside of us and what are we feeling. So really allowing ourselves to be fully a witness of our feelings and allowing our feelings to have fluidity and to move through us, to give ourselves the ability to just let a feeling move as it needs to move, without suppressing it, without being in denial of it, without pushing it away. That is a big part of this new moon cycle. So really go with the flow. Let the feeling surface. If you are afraid that a feeling might, overwhelm you, or that it might stick around, if you let it out, if you let it move through you, just know that whenever we allow a feeling or we give it space to be, feelings will just move through us very quickly. They will not stick around. The only time they stick around or they bite us in the butt from behind is when we actually suppress them, or when we are not aware of them, when they come up from the unconscious. So the only time feelings are actually harmful to ourselves or others is when we don't let them out, when we don't allow them to fully flow through us. So it's not about it's not about suppressing, it's not about denying, and it's not about letting our feelings run away with us, in the sense that we're just kind of like purposefully try to take a feeling and throw it at somebody. So it's not about that. It's really about being responsible with our feelings and creating space so that we can experience them in a very fluid, natural, organic kind of a way. So the question that you can ask yourself for this new moon is, who or what brings me comfort and familiarity and safety, so that I can really allow myself to have my feelings and tap into my intuition and my motivation, and feel vulnerable, and feel my vulnerability within me. The other thing during the new moon, of course, is you can set intentions for this new moon cycle, and if you to make these intentions powerful, set them around the energy of the new moon, of the Cancer energy that we just discussed, around feelings and intuition and fluidity, and releasing emotions, letting your body be aware of what it has stored, and maybe releasing what has been stored in the past. And if you want to set these intentions at a good time, make sure you set them after the new moon. And this time around, there will be a moon void, of course, right after the new moon. So make sure to wait until after the moon void, of course, is over, which will be 6 hours after the exact time of the new moon. That will be the perfect time to set intentions, and you have about 36 hours after that to write down these intentions, or to just set them in your own space of mind. And the other thing is, if you have any questions about, setting intentions or about this new moon, general questions that you may have, please feel free to email me at Sonja@astrologercoach.com. That's SONJA@astrologercoach.com. And I also have weekly forecasts that I post every Sunday evening on my website that you can either check out on my website, or you can subscribe to these forecasts so that they can get sent to you via email every Sunday evening. And those are at astrologercoach.com/blog, and you can subscribe to those via FeedBurner right there on that website. And I also want to mention that I will be raising my fees at the end of August. So if you want to get a reading, if you want to book something and understand a little bit better where these shifts and changes are taking place in your life, and you want to take advantage of my old pricing, please book a session before the end of August, because after then the prices will go up, and you will see those changes on my website. So if you want to go to my website and click on services on my webpage, then you will see what the prices are now, and at the end of August you will see my new pricing. All right, so please feel free to reach out for any kind of support, even if you want some coaching with me. There's a great opportunity to release some of the feelings that might be stored in your body, or that might have been suppressed, and that might want to be explored and might want to come up and want to be released, so you can experience a greater sense of this higher vibration and joy that that the universe wants you to experience right now. I'll be very happy to support you in that way. This is a really great way to work with me in that way as well. All right, so have a fantastic new moon. Set some really great intentions, and remember to own your projections, to take responsibility for your feelings, and to kind of instead of create separation between you and others, or create separation within yourself, seek to find unity, or seek to find resolution in a peaceful, loving way, and keep your heart open. Okay, so have a fantastic new moon, and I will talk to you very soon. This is Astrologer Coach Sonja Francis. Goodbye.